and good morning. Welcome to this episode of Sunny Driver. Today is finally the day that we're going to get the other car off of Jackstands. That has been sitting in hover mode in the garage for, oh my gosh, probably 2 years now. I'm ashamed to say. I can no longer stand and look at it on Jackstands. I have the new wheels and the new tires. They are set to go. So today we're putting on the front suspension at least so we can get it on the ground, roll it outside, and get a better idea of what exactly we're working with. I know this chassis is going to give me absolute hell since it has rust and it's an Oregon car, it's not a California car. So that's the plan for today. I'm running out to the store because last time I was working on it, I got stuck with some components. So I'm gonna buy a torch so we can heat it up and hopefully get those parts off easier. But that's the plan for the day. Alrighty, looks like this one has what we need, so we'll go with that. And one of these. All right, let's get this stuff ready. All right, so here we go. Josh just showed up, so we're gonna get grinding on this thing. I should probably wipe it down because it's so dirty from when we did that beast over there. So let's look at our foe for the day. Last time I spent like an hour trying to get this basically single bolt off, and it was going nowhere. So I got the Sawzall and got to hacking. So, so here's what we got. This is chopped off. What is this, the tension rod that goes here? Yeah. I chopped that too. So we need to get this off. I just got the torch, so hopefully we can heat it and get it off that way. But that's basically what we got for the day. And then we're gonna get it on the suspension and on the ground. I'd really like to roll it outside. So it hasn't seen the sun in like literally 2 years now. So I'd say it's about time. What do you think, Josh? Are we gonna be able to get this thing?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing?
Hopefully.
All right, man.
That's it.
Let's do it.
Damn, so what are we doing? What are we about to hit?
You're asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
All right, well, I have like a big stockpile of parts since I had this car and then the one before it for so long. So we found this bushing kit right here.
Full energy. So
Yeah.
he's got every single bushing in this box right here.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things that actually came with this car. But while we're up here in the front suspension, we're gonna put on these sway bar end link bushings. It should be smoother. These ones are probably original, which means they're the better part of 50 years old. These ones will make it'll make it handle a lot better, make the suspension much tighter. So one of those things while you're in there,
Might as well.
gotta do it.
Exactly. So we're gonna go ahead and he's gonna take all these off, and then we're just gonna go from there, swap them out. And then we're gonna also try and take off this tie rod, and hopefully it's not too bent, but we're gonna go ahead and do that. And then what else do we have to do from there? Put the tension rod?
Got my kit all ready to go.
Wow.
Don't look at that.
This is what we're working with here. This is why this car gets built so slowly.
I'm sorry.
Because this is his tools. And I didn't bring that many either, but
It's okay, it's okay. Figure it out somewhere.
alright, well, while we're looking for tools,
And parts.
I'm gonna hit the stop button on this record, and then we'll get back to you once we find the tools.
All right, so we got this side, what am I trying to say? This sway bar end leak all in. These are gonna be much nicer than having just these old rubber ones. I mean, look at them. These are probably original and they are destroyed. I mean, you're not gonna get much use out of those. So next, we're getting this out. I've already have like an hour into this, so we gotta nail it. Show me those guns, dude. Jeez.
Man train.
Dude, what the fuck? Yeah, I told you. Let's add some heat.
Yeah, let's try it.
The goal here is to not light any rubber on fire, because that would be bad.
Let's try that. I think we need more than that.
More?
Yeah. Alright, let's try it.
Fingers crossed. Oh, is that turning?
Doesn't feel like it. No. I don't think she's moving, big dog.
Okay, so quick rundown. I don't think we've ever had one day where we got to work on the car without going to the shop. So this is where we're going today. We have these two bolts. They are not in my collection, or these ones are anyways, but I need two more of each. So that's where we're headed. Fingers crossed. It's a pretty like weird and specific bolt, but hopefully they can get it for us. All right, so we're back. Turns out that the specialty hardware store that I wanted to go to is not only closed on every Sunday, they're closed for the weekend. Why don't any of these places work on the weekend? That's when I'm off. Anyways, we got some, you know, these are just kind of placeholders, but they'll work until I order the real ones. But you can see on these, it has this blank section of the bolt that we definitely want to have instead of a fully threaded one. But the bushings are in. I think we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. And then we found the knuckle. Where is that? Okay. We have the knuckle attached, actually, just sitting there. But we have the bolts for the knuckle, and then it goes directly into the ball joint. And that should be it. And at that point, there's no tension rod in it right now, this bad boy here. But we can get it off of the Jackstands, which is really all I wanted to see. The last time I was running these coils was with the fender flares and much bigger tires, so I'm curious to see how it's gonna sit. It's at the same overall height and never changed that, so I think it should sit pretty well. So this right here is why it's nice to have extra parts laying around. When we were going through, I actually found stuff, actually a lot of stuff that we could fit on that's applicable to what we're doing right now. So I found this guy right here. That's pretty sick. We're gonna keep that and put that somewhere. But I actually have a whole like front end from the last car. So we're stripping the outer tie rods off of that one because the inners on both the ones that are on the car as well as the ones that are attached to the old car's front suspension, the outer tie rods are just super stuck on there. So I'm just gonna order the inner tie rods, but for the time being we're just gonna rob some parts off the old stuff, put it on here so we can make it work just enough to at least roll it outside. So the goal for me is I just want to see it out getting a little sun. Look at that, came right off. That's on there? Alright, moment of truth. We're going to drop it down. These lug nuts don't really fit. They're more of the, let's say they're lug-centric versus like the tapering kind. So we're not going to drop it and move it around all the way, but I want to at least get an idea of what the stance looks like, how it sits. So here we go. So I'm just going to run through and get it all cleaned up. It's not quite ready to move out to the driveway for a full wash, but we're just going to clean it up as best we can in here so that it's more presentable. Alright, so we're calling it a wrap for the day. We got a lot done. For front suspension is basically wrapped up. We have some parts coming in the mail. I'm going to be doing extended studs as well as the lug nuts that go all the way through, kind of have that race car style. And also we have inner tie rods coming for both sides, so that'll make sure that the front end is totally wrapped up and ready to go. But thank you guys again for watching. We have new videos coming out on this soon. I have a lot of cool stuff planned for this car. This is my baby right here. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and we'll keep it coming. Thanks for watching. What's up and welcome to this episode of Sunny Driver. Today we are getting some carpet in the back of the Z. There's kits out there that they make that are actually made and fitted for this purpose, but I wanted to do something a little bit unique and put something a little bit taller than would come in that. So we have the rug. It's an all black shag carpet. It's a little bit taller than you'd see in an actual stock car. So I'm hoping that in addition to be just kind of a different and cool look, that it'll help make it a little bit quieter too, because if you've ever ridden in a Z, you know that they are super loud and they're not very well sound deadened. So let's get to it. We're going to use the box that it came in to make a template for it, and then we're going to cut it to shape and set it in there, and then we'll be all good to go. So as you can see, the back of the car is not very pretty. It has, you can see the original paint under there, and then for some reason somebody came back through and did this black paint over it. This is not original from Datsun, but once we get it in here, this will pretty it up for sure. These are actually pretty expensive, so we're just gonna roll with this one. But at some point I'd definitely like to come through and redo the sound deadening in here, since it's just all chipped up, and you know, get it nice looking. Never know what kind of buried treasure you're gonna find in an old car. Check it out. Fuse, a button, this gasket. Wow, this car was a good deal. Okay, template is done. It is not exactly pretty, but all I need is to get the general shape so that when I mark it out on the carpet, that it's at least close. I'm gonna add at least an inch or two around the whole perimeter of the shape, so that once we get it actually in, that I still have extra room to play with, because, you know, spots like this corner or in here, we want to make sure that we get it right up to the edge and that there's no extra room in it. So that's the plan. Let's take this out and we'll go trace it out on the carpet. Alright, so we got it mostly in and mostly complete at this point. I got pretty close to all the edges, so it looks pretty clean as far as the install goes. It does look a little bit different than I had thought it might. It looks to me kind of like something you'd see in a, well, let's just say a particular type of film. I was just noticing, which is kind of weird, that this car actually had tint. I'm not sure how well that's showing up. But no worries, because this hatch is going away, and actually we'll be using this hatch right here because it has the, I think, like 18-month only vertical glass, which is pretty cool. So that is on the back burner. That will be going on soon. Let's finish cutting. Everywhere I'm cutting is leaving it behind, like a ton of this extra stuff. So we're gonna vacuum this up and then do the final reveal. And boom, there we are. There's the final look. Kind of looks to me like a very soft Gorilla. Anyways, let's move on. That project's finished. On to the next thing. Okay, like I mentioned in the last video, these lug nuts that are on here are the stock ones, so they're not quite right for the wheels that we have. So we have new lug nuts right here. Let's crack these open. So you can tell that these kind go all the way through, which I'm gonna add on some extended studs to this car, because I think, well, first off, I think it looks pretty cool, but also if you have it, if it's loose, if it starts backing out, that'll give you a little bit of extra time that you'll be able to notice it before your whole wheel comes off. So these are a cool piece. If anybody needs a stock 240 rear end, let me know. So right here you can see part of the reason why I can't run these anymore, just because this space around it is so small that I can't even get a socket around it to tighten it down. So these ones comes with this piece right here, which you can see is pretty narrow, so it'll help to get down these wheels easier. And I just noticed that I put these on backwards, so it's all right. We're just gonna leave them for now, since we're gonna be diving back into the suspension before these come off again. Good thing that this is flexible down here, because it definitely would have been smashed a few times already at this point. Okay, car's back on the ground. We have all the new lug nuts on. As you can see, they sit pretty far recessed with some threads still showing, so we're definitely going to want to go for the extended studs on these, but they'll definitely work for now. And coming to the back, have the carpet all set up and all the edges are cut nice and clean. So I'm pretty happy on how this turned out. I think it's more, I don't know, it's kind of fun and more interesting than just buying one off of the internet. But that is set. And I want to thank everybody for watching today. I'll have a bunch more coming for this car. Some really cool stuff coming in the mail as well. So you're gonna see more of this coming for sure. I feel like inspiration kind of comes and goes in waves with this car, or just project cars in general, and I'm definitely full in on this car now. I've been letting sit for a couple years, but I'm really excited to get the new parts on it and really excited to drive it. It should be really awesome. So anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.